Okay, good evening, everyone. Tonight, I have the pleasure of introducing Paul Toshman, also known as Baby Tosh. He is a native of Glasgow, Scotland, as you could probably tell from his accent. Does not have a Baltimore accent, that's for sure. Paul delivers piano and vocal performances blending classical and jazz and specializing in Sinatra, 1970s New York Jewish singers, songwriters, and some light opera, as well as his own compositions.
I know a man, he spoke of life, he spoke of life, and he laughed, slapped his leg and danced a lick across the cell. Fly me to the moon, let me play among the stars, let me see what spring is like in honky-tonks for my drinks and tips. But I spend most of my time behind these county bars. You see, son, I drink a bit.
I like him the best. Yes. I like you the best.
You like me the best?
Yes.
The best?
And then come here.
So say, Baby Tosh.
Who knows where the road will lead us? Only a fool would say, but if you let me love you, it's for sure I'm gonna love you always.
One more?
What else can I do? You look so blue. Isn't it powerful? It's obviously God talking. I mean, he didn't write it meaning that. Because it's like he's saying, I hope you find it in everything. And the last time he sings it, he goes, I hope you find me in you. It's just beautiful. Hope you find it in everything. Everything that you see, I hope you find it in everything that you see. Hope you find it. I hope you find it. Hope you find me in you. You have to combine intelligence with emotion in balance. They both have to play a part. One heavily weighted upon the other is no good, then you cannot be loyal. There must be a logical understanding, reason to be with somebody, and an emotional. One thing's free, one takes effort. Logic takes effort, emotion is free. Stories that go with the songs, insights behind the songs, theories that make the songs come a bit more alive. If you have a balance, a varying balance of intelligence and emotion, then your fundamental principle is loyalty. Because the two of those are going to maximally with each other. You say, you give me a highway with no one on it. You treasure just to look upon it. Active choice. Turn your head towards the good. It won't make the bad go away, and it won't make the bad better. It's still going to be there. But what you look at is up to you. My favourite singer is Frank Sinatra and Pavarotti. My favourite piano player is Elton John and Keith Jarrett. My favourite band is the Beatles. My favourite songwriter is Billy Joel. My favourite artist is Prince. My favourite poet is Bob Dylan. May you grow up to be righteous. May you grow up to be true. May you always see the lights and hearts surrounding you. No, that's Bob Dylan.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Ma, take this badge off of me. I can't use it anymore. It's getting dark, too dark to see. Thanks so much. So Bob Dylan, when he's saying knocking on heaven's door, I think most religions, they're all talking to the same God. It doesn't matter. It's just, we don't know enough to say there's really a difference. We don't have enough common understanding between us to say that we'll get it together and say that this one's right. The idea is all the same, but what that song is saying is that knocking on heaven's door is what they're all doing. There's a reason why I need to be alone. You tell me there's a silent place that I can call my own. Is it mine? Oh Lord, is it mine? Thank you. Poetry, like Bob Dylan songs, are not so melodious, but they're fabulous poetry set to music.
But I don't hear all your words.
I tried to enunciate them especially.
But I have lousy hearing.
That's because you're a bit corned beef, dear.
And I want to hear every word. Some of us don't hear that well.
Did everyone else hear the words?
Yes.
All right, I'm just good. Oh, I'm afraid just because you are a little bit compromised in that department is not a failing of mine. I do apologize and I feel for you tremendously. I tell you what, just for you, if you just would bear with it for a moment, I'm going to do a little bit of the version just for you. All right, here we are. Saying I love you is easy. You leave them laughing when you go. And if you care, don't let it show. Don't give yourself away. And woman, hold me close to your heart. However distant, don't keep us apart. After all, it is written in the stars.
Sir, you are unbelievable. Are you real or are you something else?
I do my best to be as real as I possibly can.
You're wonderful. And I'm so glad I've got to see you before I go. Because I'm fulfilled. And so...
That last song, I know it, I'm singing it, I can't remember the title. right, thank you. Thank you very much.
There's the other one. Mary had a little lamb.
The fleece was white as snow.
No, the midwife was treated for shock.
And everywhere that Mary went, the lamb was sure to go.
Starry, starry night, paint your palette blue and gray. Look out on a summer's day with eyes that know the darkness in my soul, shadows on the hill. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. You're a lovely bunch. I thank you so much for listening. Oh, by the way, I've got to tell you, on Amazon, you can see my book. I wrote a book. It's called Life is Grand, Baby. When you don't know a song that someone asks you for, ignore the question. So I'm sharing with you the secret rule. If somebody needs the bathroom in an audience and they get up to leave, and if I look and I see them leaving, everybody else is going to look. No, that's Billy Joel. That's Billy Joel. It's like, what's that? Oh, no, that's not mine. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. That's, thank you. That's Elton John. That's not mine. I know you would think so, wouldn't you? I know, I get that. I mean, everybody. That's the Beatles.
Wasn't that in there?
Yeah, but that's not my. I didn't write that. I mean, like it's understandable. You would think I did.
Why don't you do some of your songs?
When I wake up.
Okay, I'll do one of mine. You taught me into it.
Wake up in the morning, beautiful sunshine.
That's my own song.
Yeah.
Who's singing that song? Who's that song? It's your song.
Is that original?
Yes, that is an original.
That is beautiful.
At the end of the day of marked success, I take out my cufflinks as I get undressed. I thought of you as I climbed the stairs, acutely aware I was glad you were there. And I wake up in the morning, beautiful sunshine. I wake up in the morning, all I see is you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Nobody leaves when you play. You don't know that. But you don't know that people start and they're between songs and people are tiptoeing in. Here people are tiptoeing in.
That's fine. I always find people tiptoe when they come in. You don't have to tiptoe. Come on, just rock in. Rock in. Hello, how are you? Great. What's your name? Nancy, you're late. Now, kicking and screaming is fine if they drag you to a world that is just the abyss. Just remember that value is never defined by vocation, by season, or even a kiss.
You've got to let it out and bring it to the surface. So don't drink in that poison to take away the pain. The cure is avoidance, devotion, refrain. Don't grab at the fruit without first climbing the tree. And even at that, perhaps, just let it be, like the robber who steals from the homeless, or the poet who was never a thief. You're deluding yourself that they're harmless. If you've seen them, you're down on your knees. What do you have to be loyal to? Loyal to love. Ah, you have to be loyal to love. You can't love if you're not loyal. You have to be loyal to love. Love is something to be loyal to. Like, clever?
Yeah.
We're back in our...
Started out classical, right?
Yeah.
You started out classical.
And ended up in a shambles, no?
Yeah, right.
Don't bet me, or vet me. Don't forget me, get me. Don't free me to be me, but don't deceive me, see me. Don't astound or confound, I'm ground to a pound. When I hear your voice.
Everything you did was wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. Go see him.
That's called The Visitors, because when everyone's a visitor. No matter where you are or what you do, you're a visitor. So that's the deep theory behind it. You visit your parents, you visit your children. In the second city of the empire, Mother Glasgow watches over her wains. Wains means children. Trying hard to feed her little starlings. Unconsciously, she clips their little wings.
Are you to Scotland?
Yes.
That's where my family's from.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
His name is Hay.
Hay?
H-A-Y.
That must be confusing.
It's okay.
Because people go, hey, and you think they know you.
I know that.
But they don't. She follows Winchell and reads every line. That's why the lady is a tramp. I just did that. Ever I saw your face. I did. I mean, this will be the first time that you were paying attention. There's an old joke. There is an old. There's lots of them. If relationships are built on success, then a line like that should be addressed. Who says relationships are built on success? Success is built on relationships. Ah. Thank you. It's okay. Now it's important in life to focus on the good. It's very hard sometimes, but you must do it for your own sanity.
That's what I'm trying to do.
I hear, Jimmy, I'm with you. Where we both could live. And if I was a sculptor, but then again, no, I'm a man of mixed emotions. In a traveling show.
That love comes out to all of us.
Thanks very much.
I think it's like listen to that song 100 times. That might be the first time I've actually heard it.
Yeah, you did a very good job.
Thank you.
Wow. And that's the way it is. That's the way it is. You only have in life what you give away. You gave everyone here a very nice gift.
Paul Toshner. Otherwise known as
Baby Tosh.
Baby Tosh.
With a hairy bottom. Where'd you get that name, Baby?
So my father's friend used to call my father Tosh, because our last name is Toshner. Whereas so I would go with him to this garage,
for choir practice on a Friday afternoon. The choir practice, he pulled a drawer out, there was a bunch of booze in it. And the fellow, his name was Gordon Templeman, he would call my dad Tosh. And I was just the wee boy, I'd go with him, he would say, "There's Baby Tosh." And then it turns out that I played the baby grand piano, so Baby Tosh.
Oh, you never left. Oh,
It was
so great.
It was what's the word? Prophecy. And I have a number plate, a license plate on my car is Baby Tosh. And it says, I've got a sticker on afterwards, it says .com. Because my website is babytosh.com. Just check it out, look at that. Fast as a whip it.
To Martha, love, Baby Tosh.
Thank you.
There we go.
Appreciate it. What about me?
What's your name?
Ella.
Ella.
You're an artist in your own right. You don't remind me of anybody now but Paul Tosh.
Very fluid, and you're a real artist. As if you don't know it.
If an artist has to make some room in everything he seems, tell me, really, are the higher lines ever free? And the answer is yes. That's why I pretend to not care when I know that you're there and you recognize real love.
If you put energy into something that is shared with other people, you get energy. If you put energy into something that's just for yourself, you get tired and wasted and wrecked and wiped out. I'm telling you, it's the most interesting. The longer I get to know an audience, the more time I spend where I get a feeling that we're together, the more I can play. I think you said in here for 2 hours. It's really interesting. And you can arrive tired, upset, heartbroken.
Thank you.
For I
Falling in love with you.
yes.
I can't help
Falling in love with you.
No. What to do when you're in a song? How to let people be personal with you in an intimate song? To me. Go.
Oh, goodness.
There you go.
Can I touch you?
Why do you want to touch me? Space between where we've never been. Is what it is when it's not, but what it's not, what it was, what it could be is something else. The space between.
Do me a favor, treat me like a stranger. A stranger would, okay. But also, but not to be a stranger.
Treat me like a stranger. Treat me like a stranger. Don't treat me like a stranger. Treat me like a stranger. But it's still hard to approach it. It's hard to perform it because it's not palpable. Nobody wants to be reminded unless you're sitting in a place where the art is speaking to you in a non-confrontational way. every generation.
The other one said, "'Cause you're my dad."
Blames the one before. It's hard when your heart is in the right place, but the world it exists in is so busy saving face. Is this all there is? Is nothing as planned? If your heart's in your head, it's not in your head. A shoulder to cry on, or you can rely on. But I can't decide what to tell to those eyes, to those eyes.
Is to give them this song.
Play it again.
Oh, you're such a... I'll play you the end part again, which gives you the message. The very subtle, profound message in it is a matter of genius, I think.
Wow. Wow.
Because there's so much we have to say that we don't say. You can't not live like that. There's nothing wrong with you if you've got a lot that isn't said, because when is the time to say it?
I'm here to tell you, I'm trying to say, it's best to read it. If it's not my day, perhaps it's best to wait, even till it's too late, and even beyond, and then respond. If what we are is what we need, if what we are is enough.
Did you write that? Did you write that, Bruce? You wrote most of these songs, right? Very talented man you are.
Thank you very much. Too sad. I'll do it. No. I've changed my mind. It's too sad. Nah, you really want to hear it? You want to hear it? Nah, you've got to balance the sad with the happy songs, because your life is a mixture of sad and happy. But too much sad and you're like... I can tell you what we're looking for. We're looking to find the content, not the frame.
We just put that together, right?
Yeah.
That you just did that.
Yes.
That never existed before
No.
you played it. Right?
Yes.
Never before has anybody heard that.
No.
Right?
Correct.
That's correct.
Has he told you how beautiful you are? He's too shy. I'm telling you, each and every... See, I'm much more direct than he is. He just plays the piano and buries his little head in there. He doesn't know what's going on. But I'm telling you, each and every one of you, you're cute, like you're kind of sexy, and you know, you go, You're beautiful. You think I'm beautiful?
Yes.
Oh, well, now I'm shy. I won't be shy for long. It's not my...
Most guys are shy. And it's a natural thing for a guy to be shy, whereas what's inside most men, if they're not shy, if they're not arrogant and they're not shy, it's a very beautiful thing, and music brings that out. Music gets to the heart of the best, I think, of people.
If they say why, just tell them that it's human nature. Why does she do me that way? If they say why, get it over the surface, get it over the surface, get it over the surface, get it over the surface. When you struggle, you double your trouble, and burst in your bubble, you're stuck in a boat of the water, you soak. How do you float in your life? Get it over the surface, get it over. Don't let the tensions and the pressures overwhelm you. Our standards are bigger than this. You gotta fight for the right to determine the venue, a place where meaning exists.
But which is why if you leave it alone for a wee while and then come back to it and you give it a new spin, you can bring a new life into it. Because honestly, I played that song more times than...
The yellow submarine.
Oh, we all live
in the yellow submarine. Yellow submarine.
I am a submarine, and we live. Oh, we all live in a... Where? I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Thank you. You know, it's funny. I think they said yellow submarine because in our lives, do we not all live deeper than ourselves? And what is so deep within us is... So I make this chicken noise and I look up to the left and I see all these kids in tracksuit trousers and they're all gathering around one guy. They're all laughing because they know that I'm at this. But there's one guy who's not laughing. That's the guy that's chucking. He's the wee bastard that's throwing the candies at me.
Was it
witchcraft?
That crazy witchcraft, sweet Caroline. Good times never felt so good. Eeny, meeny, macaraka. Rara domaraca. Chica lola lola papa. And you've had some of my own songs, so it's Sinatra and originals. That's what I do around everywhere. I'm Billy Joel. One of the first songs I learned how to play. And I used to go into a music shop in Glasgow on Argyle Street. And I would go into all the grand pianos, were all covering the shop. I'll meet you anytime you want in our Italian restaurant.
All the residents loved it, and we can't wait for you to come back, especially your Billy Joel tunes.
And the microphone smells of a beer, and they sit at the bar and put bread in my jar and say, man,
what are you doing here?
That's a good question. I listen to class, I listen to jazz. Music is like, classical music is just like jazz. And guess who sighs? Hey, lullabies, nights that never end. My fickle friend, Miss Benson. Gets you reacted, nuclear, just like fusion. There's confusion, focus on truth, find your proof. Don't get distracted, you're never satisfied. It leaves you empty with less than more than plenty. Less than more. Isn't everything, isn't everything. Isn't everything? Hay Hashem kitoi kilioi lam chastoi. Funny story, my mum and dad chucked the piano out because I played it too much as a little boy. And I sat in the stairs and cried and cried and cried. And they wanted me to pay attention to my schoolwork, which I didn't do anyway. So then when I got old enough to have a girlfriend, and she had a piano, and I realised that the fact that I loved the piano was going to help get me into her heart, that's what got me going. Saying no as in closing, no more ideas, safe proposing to make this one at last. Say no to the past when the present insists on imposing.
You wrote that, didn't you? I thought so.
It's all about
We just saw your show, and I loved your show. I thought you have a beautiful voice. I love your voice. Love to hear you.
I told you, you sing with your body.
Yeah,
Your whole body's involved.
Yes. Fantastic.
Yes, you were fantastic.
These people obviously have been paid lots of money.
Okay, everybody, this is the pre-performance exercise. Because I usually play with my toes. That's it. Brilliant.